effort. Thanks, Jody.
Welcome.
So my name is Dawn Willie. I am with Supra. I am the sales account manager for California, where you reside. And I wanted to reach out to you today to go over some of Supra's tips and tricks for you, and to give you a resource for your experience within the Supra eKey app so that you have the ability to get assistance when you need it. And to kind of give you a little overview of our call center, we're using the latest in IVR technology. So if any of you have recently called in and it asks for your eKey number, what that's going to do for you is if you're able to put that in, or your ID number, what that does is it actually does an automatic screen pop for our customer service. So the automatic verification that you go through, like, yes, my name is Dawn Willie. Yes, I'm with brokerage ABC. Yes, I'm residing out of the X area. This will automatically bring up your information for the participant within our call center so that they can immediately start to assist you without any additional verification. So that's wonderful and time saving as well. The phone number, which I'll give to you twice here, our call center is open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And that allows you an opportunity to speak with somebody regarding your needs. Again, I highly suggest that we have the ability to have you call in. And the reason for that is, one, you get immediate assistance. The average call time and answer time, ASA, average speed to answer, is less than a minute. It's about 50 seconds or so. And then additionally, what that does for you is, if there is a significant challenge, we will start a trouble ticket for you. And that trouble ticket allows for the customer service individual and team to work through anything and route that to engineering or any place that might have be able to alleviate that challenge for you. So that number is 800-545-9601. That would be option 3 for you. And again, if you put in your ID number, you are able to get that screen pop, and there will be no additional verification. So we can speed your process to assistance. Additionally, I always want to make sure data security has been top of mind recently for a lot of members. And so I always just like to make sure that you understand that Carrier, which owns Supra, is a highly secure network. We have our Supra infrastructure, our engineering, we have production, we use Azure Cloud. So we're utilizing multiple resources to protect your data, and it's obviously of benefit to you to know that we also do independent white hat testing. And that ensures that not only do we have the strongest cybersecurity, but we also have the strongest physical security of that lockbox as well. So to also share with you, as we are looking at the eKey application today, we're going to be going through the advancements of enabling eKey Pro and some of the tools and resources that are available to you today that you might not necessarily know about, or you were possibly told at one time and maybe forgot how to use them. So we're going to go through a couple things. We're going to talk about the eKey Pro roster. We're going to talk about the eKey Pro application for your buyers and your buyer feedback. So this is, again, this is the screen that you should be seeing on your eKey. And then one of the things that you'll notice is on the eKey Professional, we have the ability for you now to search listing data and roster data and contact listings for the agent as well. So you can call directly from the app. There's a little phone icon in there, and you're able to contact the listing agent as well. Most importantly, you have the ability to do a quick search, custom search, hot sheets, and you have the ability to look at your own listings. So as you walk up to the door of 123 Main Street and your buyer says, well, what about that property right across the street? obviously we're going to want to make sure that you have access to that. And you can say, oh, well, you said you needed 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. That's only a 2 plus a den. I didn't think it would meet your needs. So we can look at it now if you like, we can go through the process. So all of that information is there within the eKey app as well. Now, one of the functions of eKey Pro is that we have Supra Home Tour for your usage. And this allows you the opportunity to go ahead and provide your buyer with an application which allows them to not only rate the dwelling that they're seeing, but also each segment of that showing. So primary bedroom, primary bath, backyard, kitchen, and they can rate this, and it coalesces all of the ratings together to give you a rating system that is 5 below, meaning 5 stars below, but it also has fractional components. So you'll see here it says 4.5 or 4.6. So they're able to go through the process. So if you've seen 7 properties in a day and they're a little overloaded because this is the first time they've purchased a property in 15 years, you can go back and review with them each segment of that listing as they were taking notes electronically versus with a pen and paper and trying to find a hard surface to write on. So you would invite your clients to the home tour. And again, this is to get their feedback, and you can stay lock and step with them through the entire showing process so that they are able to select the property that best meets their needs. Now, for buyers, it's a really fun and easy way for them to rate the properties. Again, they can go room by room and the backyard. They can add their own photos and comment on the photos that are already within the solution, as well as they can go ahead and track the listings and the recommendations that you made to them by the agent. So when you send the listing to your buyer, it's going to go ahead and give them the overall rating that they've selected. Or if there's no selection yet, and it's going to be the listing that you're going to show them, once they put in that information, they'll be able to go back and see what they rated it. So really exciting. We're able to go ahead and again, they can upload their own photos if they seem slightly different than what they're seeing on through the MLS data feed. And so that mobile search listing feature is awesome as well, because they can go in and search properties and send them to you asking for a showing and or the ability to get information regarding that property. So eKey Pro also has the ability for them to rate by the wah-wah smiley face to the I really like it smiley face, as well as for them to put in the notes, and they can share this again with family members as well as with you. And you'll see right here where it says add photos. So they can take additional photos with their phone and upload it as well. It doesn't feed to the MLS, it only stays in the application. And only you and your buyers and or whom they've shared it with have access. So the buyer view is that they get to see the rate the home feature. So today we're going to go see 1550 Mill Street. They'll have the ability to rate that. And then once they rate it, they'll see that detail within the application as well for you to go back and discuss all of the features and benefits of that property, as well as for them to discuss and socialize with their family as well before possibly writing an offer. There is a full MLS roster search directly within eKey Pro. So when clicking on one of these, again, there is the icon for a phone, and you'll have the ability in the icon for the phone to directly call David Bell if you wanted to, as he would be an agent within the roster. Data at the door. Data at the door allows you to be an instant expert as you enter the listing that you're going to be showing. This is basically all of the MLS listing data, as well as any last minute instructions provided to you by the showing agent, or sorry, to the showing agent from the listing agent. And then you also have the ability to see the latest notes as you enter in the property. So as an example, as a listing agent, if recently my sellers received a small puppy as a gift, I can put in there, please note new puppy in the laundry room, please beware, don't allow puppy out, right? And I can go ahead and send that to you, and you'll have that information as the latest update as well. So one of the things that I'd like to talk to you about are some of the user experience items that you might not necessarily know about that are actual features of your eKey application. And so we're going to go through those. We're going to talk about the agent alerts, the start and end of showing notifications, and how those work, because I think there's some misnomers out there about how those works, why you might want to consider biometric access, your Apple iWatch. You can open your eKey application and going up to lockboxes directly with an Apple iWatch, and then training and support resources as well. So today, as we go through these, again, as Jody mentioned, you're going to receive this PowerPoint presentation so that you can go through your own device. If you're not following along today and you want to go ahead and enable these, you can go back and review why you would want to enable them and how easy it is to do so. So the first thing I love to talk about is your eKey access. So the value of the eKey access is that there's no components on the exterior of the application of the BTLE lockbox. And so what this does is you're getting everything electronically directly to your eKey device. It's easy access to your listings. You're able to change your key box settings and track your key box inventory right in the settings. You get real-time data at the door. You're able to send alerts when you finished a completed showing, as well as when you started a showing. And you can go ahead and you don't need cell phone coverage in order to make this happen because they're Bluetooth enabled. So as we look at your Supra keys, you might be in multiple associations. So you're in your current association, Santa Clara, and you might actually be in Florida for half the year. If you have multiple eKeys, the My Key versatility allows you the opportunity to have multiple keys in one application. So this solves kind of that regional and cross-state change or variation. It might be that you're a licensed appraiser in the state of Florida, but you're just a member and an agent within your current board. So you can go ahead and have various activities for that eKey. And it's customizable by putting in a nickname so that if you have multiple eKeys, you know which one you're dealing with. There are also agent alerts. An agent alert allows you to notify up to 3 emergency contacts so that they know and get a PIN of your location. And, you know, it could be a prefabricated message that you send out that says, hey, by the way, I'm feeling a little unsafe. Please contact me immediately at this number. And that will allow them the opportunity to call you back directly from the notification that you send them. So if you're feeling uncomfortable, maybe you've met somebody at a property and this is the first time you've met, or someone different that you're uncomfortable with comes into a open house, you can have that at the ready, and it could be your broker, family members. You can have 911 set up, so you have the ability to secure yourself and your surroundings. Showing notifications, I think there's some misnomer about this, and I'd like to just kind of review. I get a lot of times when I'm at an event, I'll have members come up to me and they say, why is it that when I finish a showing, I leave the property and the agent that actually is the listing agent calls me and says the next day, hey, by the way, did you complete that showing? I just received a notification today, but you did it yesterday. And the reason for that is the location services on your phone and their phone. So normally, when we have location services set up for an application, most often location services are set up while using, right? We don't want it to eat up our battery. But because the eKey application is only used a very short portion of the time and it's running very slowly in the background, it won't eat up your battery if you go ahead and change it to always. By changing your location services directly to always within your settings on your device allows you an opportunity to select that the end of showing has happened, and the other agent, even if they don't open their device until the following day, will get that notification. So our goal is to have everyone move their location settings to always instead of while using, so that you're getting those real-time notifications as quickly as possible. Showing started, showing ended. If they aren't sending you that information currently, right, and it's taking a day for you to get that information, ask the showing agent, would they mind changing this information to always so that you'll get it much quicker. So again, allow notifications, and then you'll go into the Supra eKey settings into your settings device and change from location to only while using to always. Additionally, I find that as I meet agents and members out in the field, one of the things that I find is a lot of members are utilizing biometrics, which are either your fingerprints or your facial recognition, in order to open applications. This is a secondary ability for you to secure your eKey app should you ever have a problem and lose your device. This allows you the ability to use your biometric features to enable that you're the person opening the eKey application versus someone else who might obtain your device. Additionally,
hey, Dawn,
yeah.
Question. There's a couple people in chat that I think from the correct me if I'm wrong, ladies, who put it in the chat. They don't see the option, only location services without any options.
So are they using Androids?
I think they'll type that if they're using Androids.
If you're using an Android device,
an Android would be like a Samsung phone. Yeah, they're on Apple.
Yeah,
one's on an Android, one's on an Apple.
Sure. So it would. What I'll do is, I'm trying to think of the best way to do this, because my device, because of the way my screen is set up with the background, my device won't show. What I would say is this, that phone number that I gave you, if you call that phone number, they will literally walk you through the process. Android typically has it enabled. iPhone does not. So what I would tell you is, if you have an iPhone, please call the 800 number for customer service. Tell them that you were on a segment today with me and that you would just like them to help you set up location services so that you can make sure that it's set to always. It's in your settings. So if you go to your iPhone settings, it's the little cog wheel, not in the Supra app. It's in the settings itself. And then you would scroll down to your Supra app. And then in the Supra app, you'll see it says only while using, and then you're going to change it to always. But again, they will be happy to help you. I should have dongled my phone, and I apologize.
No worries. Thank you. I hope that helps everybody in chat. It looks like you guys are also helping each other, and I put the phone number there. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you. So again, as we're in the eKey app, this is our screen, right? And if we go to settings right here, I wanted to point out to you, so as of, your current showings, you might have a client that you're taking out today and you're going to show them 6 listings, 6 properties. And as we go out, every time you get to the lockbox for Supra, you're having to put in your PIN in order to enable it. If we move this require PIN only once a day and slide the toggle over to be enabled, this will allow you to see all 6 properties today without having to put in your PIN again. So only one time, and then you're done. So if you had 2 clients today, it still wouldn't require you to put in an additional PIN. You're only having to update once a day. Additionally, requiring biometrics as an additional feature that allows you the opportunity to use your face or your fingers as the biometric secondary authorization as well. And I have a question. It says, what is a CBS input? CBS is call before showing. If you enable that, that is a secondary level of security so that every single showing agent would need to call you in order to be able to gain access. So Apple Watch access. If you have an Apple iWatch 3 or greater, you can use this to set up and enter into a BTLE lockbox without having to use your actual phone device. So you would need to download or mimic your device so that your Supra e-key is on there. It opens the key box. You can get the respond to end of showing directly to your Apple iWatch. And you can also send that agent alert that we were talking about to either your broker or your family and friends and or 911 directly from the iWatch as well. So it's a very inconspicuous way in order to manage your safety by utilizing your iWatch. And if you would like help setting that up, that you don't currently have that available, one of the things I would suggest is calling the 800 number, ask them for their assistance to set up your Apple iWatch. Assigning a lockbox to a listing, today it's not mandatory. But in the future, as we bring out our latest and greatest platform for you, we're going to require that you assign the lockbox directly to an address. And why is that valuable to you? One, you'll know when you where you last left your lockbox. Try saying that 10 times fast. When you do that, what that will do is the ability for you to get all of the listing data directly to that eKey Pro application that we were talking about allows you the ability to, one, know where the lockbox is, two, get all of the listing data to that eKey when anyone is showing that property. And you can check your lockbox settings anytime over the course of the listing. So as an example, that puppy example that I gave you, you can go in and check the settings that you have for the lockbox, and you can also update that listing activity or showing activity based on getting that new puppy. Sorry, just checking chat. Oops. So unlocking your superpowers. We recently did an update directly to our web presence. And that means when you go to our website, you will be able to see some frequently asked questions within the how do I segment. And how do I set up my lockbox? How do I go ahead and change the shackle? How do I release the key chamber? How do I, whatever it might be. So I can actually type in any of those features directly into the search bar, and it will come up with relevant information. So that allows you the ability to get immediate assistance on any question that you have directly from the website as well. And then last but not least, I do want to go over that phone number for customer service again, but I do want to point out a couple of things. So the customer service pool were set up in a team atmosphere. So you're round robin to the first available customer service representative that becomes available. But if you don't have time to wait, we have both a callback feature and you can go ahead and do chat. So I want to make sure that you know that you have the functionality to get answers as quickly as possible, even if you're on the road or you need assistance and you've left for the day. So realize that this is probably the best resource out there. If you need assistance on getting your application updated for biometrics, or you want to go ahead and find out more about why you would want to use a CBS code, call before showing. Or you might want to go ahead and set up that option for only the one-day PIN. If you do nothing else today, I do highly suggest that setting up that PIN only once a day is probably the most time-saving opportunity I can give you when utilizing your eKey application. And then with that, if you have any questions for the chat, do me a favor, go ahead and type that in and we'll go ahead and answer any questions that you might have.
Maybe they're all feverishly typing.
Right? Anyone?
No questions?
No questions. I'm not usually that thorough. Again, this was just tips and tricks. You are going to get a copy of this presentation so that you can see it. Missed about setting once, what was that? How to set up alerts. So setting up alerts today, you need to go ahead and go into your Supra web application on your PC. You're going to use your login for Supra. So your password and your login, you're going to go ahead and you're going to add that to the recipients that you want utilizing a phone number. So it's a text notification, right? And you're going to designate who those people are so that you can send out that alert. Now on our new system, which will be coming out next year, we're going to update our Supra web experience and you'll be able to do that directly in the application itself. But today it is directly within the web application and not the mobile application. Hold on, no, sorry. My keys, how do I take key from another association? So you would have, I would direct you again to this 800 number and they can help you in setting up your Supra e-key from another board under the My Keys, and then you'd have access under one application and you won't have to toggle based on area. Anybody else? Can you talk about create a start time? Yes, creating start and end times on the lockbox. So currently, when you go into settings, you'll have the ability to create the actual access to your lockbox based on, gee, my clients do not want any showings before 9 a.m. and they have private time in their home after 7 p.m. So you can set those in the settings of the lockbox itself. And I also want to point out that there is a checkbox that says, please adapt this to daylight savings time. So you want to make sure that you do that because, as an example, as we fluctuate an hour either way, fall back, spring forward, you would want to make sure that your lockbox is in line with that. So please make sure to check that box. The download feature for the tour application is in your Supra e-key. You will go ahead and invite your client directly to the Supra e-key application for home tour. And again, you can send it to multiple recipients. So if you have 2 buyers, you can send it to them and they can work collaboratively in the app. But then you can go ahead and work with them as well. When I click alert response, please go to Supra web to configure. Yes, again, it's not a mobile application to set the alerts today. However, in the next few months, you'll be able to set those alerts directly from the mobile application. But today you have to go in to Supra web directly from your PC to do it. I think that's it.
I think there was, I don't know if you answered this one, sorry. Does the buyer need to download the app in order to use the feature rating?
Yes, so there is a, you'll be sending them a alert, right, or a notification that you've added them to the home tour app, and then they'll get a download for it, and they'll go ahead and get that download and download it so that they can work collaboratively with you. Sharon, I'm going to direct you directly to this 800 number so that they can help you with the start showing and stop showing times for you and the daylight savings time alert so that they can assist you. Going once, going twice.
And maybe we'll do this again, later in the year. There's gotta be more features and stuff, so maybe we'll do another one of these later this year, just with some other things, and we can have more questions if people have them.
Sure, that would be great. And then you'll also have this recording as well, right? So that you can share it and socialize this, maybe put it within your library so that everyone has access to it. And that way you have the ability to resource it when needed. Again, I highly suggest our customer service team is highly evolved. They're a great resource. If you need assistance at any time, again, less than a minute wait time, sometimes only a few seconds. And I would tell you that they can assist you with any opportunity that you might need to be able to. I have challenges that need greater assistance, like engineering. We'll start a trouble ticket for that and keep you up to date on the updates that go along with that. Syncing, I missed the part about syncing my phone. I'm not syncing my watch. Okay, no problem, Emily. So again, I would tell you to do this just so that for the sake of time, use this 800 number, call customer service, tell them that you were on a segment today and that you would like them to assist you with syncing your Apple iWatch 3 or greater with your Supra eKey app so that you can utilize all the features. And the recording is going to be emailed to Jody, and Jody will either put that in a repository or email all of the recipients. So I don't have a list of everyone who's decided to participate today or those who could not join us today but wanted to. So Jody will go ahead and make that resource available to you so that you can access it at any time.
Oh, there's questions. Questions in the Q&A. I'm a Santa Clara associate, moved to Alameda. I think if you're gonna move from SCORE to Bay East, you probably need to call that 800 number to move it. I know people come in here sometimes to move their e-keys, but yeah, you'll definitely need to move it.
If you have co-op capability, you're going to want to go and talk to the association that you're co-oping with. They're the ones who give that functionality. But if you belong to two different associations that have Supra keys, again, this phone number would be a great resource to set up your My Keys so that you have the ability to access both of them or three of them or however many you have within the one My Key application.
Yep.
To be in a association that has access to your current association or vice versa, that would be something, a function of the association itself. So as an example, if I was in Santa Clara and I also wanted to have access to and belong to Stellar MLS in Florida, I would have to have associations membership in both. That would be my key. If I have the ability to have co-op capability with a surrounding regional association to Santa Clara, I would have the ability to go through Santa Clara and the association that I'm asking for the resource of having the ability to connect to get that auto co-op or co-op functionality. Some associations, it depends on the proximity and who your current association has a co-op relationship with. Okay. Well, I'm going to finish out today by thanking you for your time and selecting to spend it with me. Again, this 800 number is a huge resource to you. You can, again, if you don't have the opportunity to wait, you can go ahead and do the callback information. So they'll call you back. Oh, I do want to mention, when you have auto callback situation, the information from our call center might say spam. So I just want you to know, without having that phone number possibly within your phone, it might not say Supra when they call you back. So you might want to make sure to add this phone number directly to your contacts so that you know that it is the Supra call center calling you back based on your question. Jody, thank you for allowing me the opportunity to join today.
Absolutely. Thank
I
you.
look forward to being able to assist you in the future. If anyone needs assistance, again, don't hesitate to reach out to Jody. Jody can get me the information that's needed, and I can go ahead and escalate that challenge if needed. Thank you again, everyone, for your time, and I appreciate you, and I hope as the weekend comes up, you have a great weekend.